very simple word. It's going to take me 5-6 minutes, that's all, to share with you. So stay with me. But I want to begin with a very simple question, and it's this. Have you ever been adrift? It happened to me last year. We went out in the boat, my husband and I and a couple of friends, and on the way back to the harbour, suddenly everything switched off. All the electrics as well as the engine. 1 minute we were motoring along and the next we came to this abrupt halt. And it took us some seconds to take in what had just happened. The first thing to hit our senses was the silence. And then we became aware of a gentle lapping of the water to the side of the boat, and we heard the birds, and we became aware of the gentle breeze, which previously, as we were motoring along, was like a force 10 gale in our faces. It was just a gentle breeze. And then, as we were enjoying the silence, it suddenly began to dawn on us that we were in the middle of a busy shipping channel. Not only that, we were helpless to move the boat at all. We certainly couldn't do it ourselves. We were truly adrift and at the mercy of the tide and the currents. And we soon woke out of our reverie when we noticed a tanker heading straight for us. Tankers don't get out of the way. It's up to whatever's in the way to get out of the way. We call the Coast Guard. Come and rescue us. I want to ask the question again. Have you ever been adrift? And I'm going to dare to answer it for you and say, yes, you have. Even if you've never set foot on a boat before, it's happened to you. Think back 6 months ago, all of us going about life at a hurried pace, tomorrow coming as surely and as noisily as today and as frenzied as yesterday. And then on March the 29th, around the end of March, everything came to a halt. In one day, the whole country was in lockdown. Most everything stopped. A normal life definitely did stop. We came to an abrupt halt, and it took some time. For some of us, it took some days, for others, some weeks to take in what had just happened. The first thing to hit our senses, do you remember? It was the silence. Loads of people commented about it on Facebook, and everybody you spoke to. The silence, and we began to hear the birds. Do you remember? And we could enjoy something as simple as a gentle breeze. What am I talking about this morning? I've spoken to a number of people, and I'm picking up that many are feeling adrift. Still, we haven't been able to meet as a church like we did obviously before, and with the best will in the world, and thank you, Lord, for the internet. Zoom doesn't quite cut it. And as time has gone on, this drift has imperceptibly become the norm for many people. And some have decided that they quite like the silence and the gentle lapping of life and the birds and the breeze, and they've begun to drift with the tide of life, with currents in life. Well, it's peaceful and we're fine and we're just drifting. I'm sure you'll agree with me that nowhere in the Bible can we remember an encouragement to drift. When it comes to drifting, I can only think of warnings. When we were drifting on the boat, it was quite relaxing. Didn't have to make any plans necessarily, no minor things like steering to think about, but a short distance away were rocks. A short distance away was that tanker that was in danger of sinking the boat. If we were in that predicament for any amount of time, we were definitely going to run into trouble. Are you adrift? Have you come adrift from others? Have you come adrift from your church family? Have you become weary spiritually? Are God and your dreams in Him becoming a distant reality? Maybe you're giving up on God's plans for your life. If so, you're still adrift, and you're at the mercy of the tides and currents of life, and you need to take action and call the divine Coast Guard and tell him you're in danger. I just want to paraphrase the first 8 verses of Psalm 63, that we can make them our declaration and prayer today, and you may recognize yourself in these few verses. I've become thirsty, God. In fact, I realize I thirst for you, O God. My whole being longs for you. Where I am is dry and parched, and with nothing to truly sustain me. I remember seeing you in the sanctuary and beholding your power and your glory. I want to praise you again as long as I live and lift my hands in your name. I want to be fully satisfied in you again. I want my lips to be singing lips, singing praise to you. And when I go to bed, I will remember you and will think of you through the watches of the night. I realize that you are my help, you alone. I will sing in the shadow of your wings again. I cling to you. May your right hand hold me. Divine Coast Guard, don't let me drift anymore. Come and rescue me.